So our friend, our Lord and Savior, Geoff Keighley, he posted a picture out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, a picture of demons, an armed crocodile thing. Like, it's a crocodile, but it's got an arm. They're like coming out of it, a bear's head. Okay. These like viney things. Oh, it's weird. It kind of looks like a door as well. Interesting, strange. Daniel says Black Ops 8. Can you imagine if that's what this was for? After all of this, it's just Black Ops 8. They're like, yeah, it's even worse than before. But he posted this, and then he did a follow-up tweet. He did follow-ups on the Game Awards account, as Synth Potato retweeted, with coordinates, replying to that original tweet, this one. And to their credit, somebody actually drove out to the location and went to get pictures of it. And like Trio Doug said this, drove out there to the location to see it. It is actually there, and got some pictures, some up close pictures. It's an actual door, statue, whatever thing. Got some videos, and apparently there were staff there. So he refers to staff there were all pretty hush hush about what it's for. Makes sense. But apparently it's like being guarded. There's actual staff there, which fair, because this thing would be vandalized in a second if it were left alone, I'm sure. So the second the kick streamers show up, dude, it's game over. They'll just plow a car into it. But this naturally got a lot of people talking, especially as the days went on. Synth Potato posted this. Apparently it lights up at night, which is genuinely really cool. And you can see he refers to a Diablo 4 expansion. This is because Jez Corden, who works for Windows Central, I believe, said it's Diablo, like a Diablo expansion and a little bit more. And so that's kind of where we landed, is that a lot of people are like, okay, well, I guess it's Diablo. Okay. Which Diablo, they spend a lot of money on marketing. It kind of passes the gut vibe check. Like, okay, I could see this being Diablo. It's kind of a, oh, but there's that. Some people said maybe it's Path of Exile 2 and it's going to be an expansion for that or something for that. That would also be really cool, but that's kind of where people landed. However, we just had an update this morning. Something surprising. So over on the Reset Era forums, you can see people posted this, started chatting about it and discussing it. And there is somebody that is active on these forums, specifically the one and only Jason Schreier. And he replied to this and said, no idea where Jez is getting that. Specifically, he replied, no idea where Jez is getting that, referring to it being for Diablo. But this statue is not teasing the Diablo 4 expansion. Quote, I don't currently plan on reporting what it is. Sorry, but it's a good one. Some people are drawing the connection to another PlayStation IP that is coming next year, specifically Saros. Could totally see that. It doesn't, to me, other than like multiple kind of stretched out arms, it doesn't look like Saros beyond like, I don't know, initial checks. Like it just, it's too specific with a lot of its imagery for it to be not close at all to this. Like if it were this exact crown, I'd be like, okay, we're talking. If it was this exact number of like actual hands at the end of each of these tentacles, okay, we're talking. But I'm like, I don't know, man, like multi-armed god figure versus multi-noodle armed ball. I don't know. I'm not sure if I buy the Saros thing. Maybe, but maybe not. Other guesses that are going around, hear me out, Final Fantasy VII. Lords of the Fallen 2. Some are saying God of War or The Elder Scrolls 6. If Corey comes by, we'll ask him. If he comes by chat, we can ask him. Corey. But frankly, like there's a couple little things where like, okay, the bear, we could be like, oh, well, that could be Atreus. Or sorry.
Atreus.
That could be Atreus. I don't know about the crocodile arm thing. Maybe Some have suggested maybe it's like the spin-off 2.5D 2D God of War game, but that's been rumored for a while, and it's rumored that it's also going to go back to like Greek mythology. Specifically, it's going to explore like Kratos's father figures or something. I don't know. It's been reported, and who knows if it ends up actually, you know, materializing that way, but that's supposedly close to being revealed and launched. So maybe I'm not sure though. Like this could be, okay, hold on. Buckle up for Cope. Ready? Everyone, buckle in. It looks hellish. A little hellish, does it not? Little hellish. Who said Clash of Clans 2? How dare you? Can you imagine, dude? No. There's a game which was familiar to God of War fans, okay, back in the day. I've talked about it on stream numerous times, because it's also one that I really ate it up. And man, this is pure cope. But it's a game called Dante's Inferno.
At the midpoint on the journey of life, I found myself in a dark forest, for the clear path was lost.
This is an EA game, by the way. Can you imagine them doing something like this now? Some of the best art direction of like any game I played in those like formative years, this transition between like the 2D cutscenes and flashbacks and then the actual gameplay, really good. But it was a God of War-esque game, as you can see, hack and slasher, but it would just casually transition. Let me see. Go to hell. Where's the transition to hell? It's like right about here. He gets stabbed. Oh no. Oops. Collapses. You have a boss fight against the Grim Reaper. Casually, little tutorial boss fight. Oh wait, there's a little bit of Booba here. If I'm not careful, you will see Booba. And I know you want to see Booba, but for the sake of the stream, we can't have Booba. Here it is. It's like literally the church opens up, the cross falls, you run over, and then like it literally transitions into hell itself. And it's just crazy. There's all sorts of insane boss fights in here. If you've played the game, you know the Cleopatra boss fight. You talk about Booba. That boss fight will never leave your brain, okay? Not necessarily in a good way, okay? Like, if you dare look up the Cleopatra boss fight from this game, it's scarring. But I'm sure you guys are gonna look it up and be like, actually, Luke, that's pretty sweet. But there's just a lot. Like there's also the fight or the like ship. What is the name of the boat that ferries you? Is it just the ferryman? And specifically, like as you're fighting and climbing on these walls, I gotta rewind it. There's moments where like you're literally climbing up these walls and there's all these like souls in here. There's also moments where you can punish or absolve sinners that you find in the environment, like famous people throughout history, and you can absolve them of their sins with a little mini game like this, or you can damn them to hell. And you see all the gnashing of teeth and all the souls trapped in the walls everywhere you go. It's pretty intense. And this very vaguely reminds me of that same vibe. But let's be perfectly honest, that's not what it is. Almost certainly this is going to be like a knowing Jeff Keighley, it's probably going to be for like a mobile game or something. I don't know. I wouldn't get my hopes up too much. You know, keep your hopes low, expectations low, and you'll never be disappointed. And that's my policy with this. I think it could be cool. It could also end up being something that's just spend a lot of money on a big marketing stunt. And to be fair, it's an exciting one. It's interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm interested. The fact that Jason Schreier pointed out and said that it's a good one. Like, okay, so it's not like a no-name nothing that you've never heard of. It's interesting. And honestly, I miss this type of marketing. I miss these kind of marketing stunts, which are mixing IRL stuff with online media. I love this way more than just an obscure tweet or something. And it's not the first time either. Like, again, part of the reason it made me think of Dante's Inferno is because this is, again, a slight tangent, but they did a marketing stunt with Dante's Inferno back when it launched in 2010, where controversy. Yeah, look at this. Is this it? They specifically, there was a problem where there were a bunch of people protesting it outside of E3 and like walking around with picket signs and stuff. And it turns out that they had hired a group of fake protesters to pretend. Prior to Dante's Inferno's release in June 2009, a protest began at E3 2009 in Los Angeles to oppose the game. Around 20 protesters claiming to be from a church in Ventura County held up signs that called the game sacrilegious and labeled it possibly insensitive to people's beliefs. Protesters even went as far as calling EA the Antichrist. This led to EA being accused by many people of staging the fiasco to use it as a marketing host. A few days later, it was officially confirmed by EA spokesperson Tammy Scatcher, I'm not sure, that they had hired people to protest the game and that there was no actual protest. Dude, the marketing balls to go and like hire fake protesters to call yourself the Antichrist. That's baller. That's next level intense. And then it kind of spun and reinforced this because, as you can see, hell is not a game. These are some of the photos of the signs they had people. Cheat codes won't save your soul. Honestly, pretty funny. But they're all fake protesters. And then after it was revealed that they had faked the protest, actual protest started, which got them what they wanted. But pretty funny. Like, they don't do that kind of thing anymore. Nowadays, it's like, we'll just pay some TikTokers to call it the best game I've ever played. But back in the day, man, they would do stuff like this. It was baller. Anyway, that's beside the point. This cool split ball noodle arm door with demons does look interesting. It looks cool. I will not pretend to know what it's for. I would just bet money that it's probably not for whatever you think it's for. As I choke on my own throat. I don't think it's for whatever you think it's for. I think it's going to be something like kind of out of left field and like, okay. I will say they're spending a lot of money on this. I don't know what Jeff charges for a tweet. Probably a decent sum, especially because he also tweeted it from the Game Awards account as well, which I also don't think is cheap. And then they actually built this statue. Like, this is next level. This is probably, they commissioned an artist to carve this and sculpt it, but I mean, it's good quality work. I mean, it's very good quality work. So I have no idea what it is. There's this right here, this like serpent, which some people have said looks like Jormungandr or like maybe it's the world serpent, and it you can see it kind of makes its way up around the door over here. It does seem to have some Norse inspirations throughout it. People saying it's a new God of War. I don't know, man. I think everybody's expecting the new God of War to go to Egypt, and then the spin-off game is going back to Greece. And this to me seems very like Nordic hell. So I wouldn't put money on that. But I just genuinely don't know. Some people are saying Scorn 2. Some are saying Darksiders 4. I see in chat. I don't know. Diablo Immortals 2. This time we know for a fact you all have phones. You all tweeted this. So I don't know. Would Doom make sense? I don't frankly think so. Like, Doom just came out earlier this year. What would this be for? Like, what would they even be teasing? A DLC or an expansion? Maybe, but this doesn't give me Doom vibes. Like, you know, Doom has a very particular vibe. This does not give me Doom vibes. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm off base there, but I don't know. My guess is it's probably something that's a deep cut. It might be a revisit to an old established franchise. It might be a new IP from a studio that we know of. But I just, my gut's telling me it's not going to be like, you know, God of War back to hell. This time it's personal. I'm not getting that vibe. Goat Sim? Dude, no joke. it could be Goat Sim, considering some of their marketing tactics before. Like, what was that one Goat Sim trailer where it started out and people were like, what the hell is this? Yeah, this. CGP, Cash Grab Penitentiary. Remasters Ward.
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border.
Dude, they go so hard with their marketing stuff. It could unironically be like a he glitches into it. It could, no joke, be Goat Simulator. Never doubt Goat Simulator to come out and just do some insane stuff. Do the rain. Oh, this was genuinely hilarious. They did everybody so dirty. It was pretty freaking funny. So who knows? Who knows? If you're watching this stream clip, definitely tell me your guesses in the comments because I'm curious. I know some people are hoping for like Half-Life or something. I don't know. Some people are. They did this comparison. I don't know, man. Like, you see this? Okay, the armor with the split. It doesn't actually match Kratos's. His is overlapping individual pieces, and then these are just like plates, whereas this is like binded, so it doesn't actually match. It just vaguely matches. So sort of. This is a crocodile with human hands, and then this is just a normal crocodile with claw. Normal like monster crocodile with claws. It doesn't have the human arm, which is like the most like significant thing about this design, so I don't see it there. With this, I don't know what this is supposed to be, a tree, and therefore it's tier. Is that what we're doing? And then the bear, and then Atreus the bear. Okay, yeah, it's a bear, but like there's a lot of games and IP that could have a bear. So again, I would not get your hope up for it being God of War. It's not impossible, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. No, it's not God of War. You heard it here from Corey. It is not God of War. Thank you. Thank you. Unless Corey's just saying that to get us thrown off the scent and it's actually God of War. Corey, you've done it again. You slide up. Dude, that's what all of these things are like nowadays, where it's like, okay, the developers said specifically. I got a comment on we did a video on Elder Scrolls not coming out until like 2028, and the comments were like immediately, well, I just think Todd's throwing people off the scent and it actually is going to shadow drop next year. It's like, bro, he's literally telling you no, and you're like, so you're saying there's a chance. It's just so stupid. Anyway, Corey's a mod. Yeah, I made Corey a mod because I wanted to know if it was the actual Corey when he came into chat. And so I made him a mod so I can see when he has the badge. Because we had one guy come in and try to pretend to be Corey. And I was like, okay, we're not doing that. So I made him a mod so we know when the real one pops in. But anyway, you heard it here first, everybody, from Corey. It is not God of War. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Is Todd in chat too? Yeah, under an alt account. When he saw my wallpaper, he stopped chatting actively. I'm sorry. It's a funny picture, Todd. What am I supposed to do? Not have that as my desktop background? Of course. I freaking love it. It's so good. It makes me laugh every time. Because it's always like, you know, on Windows, how you can accidentally close all your windows by like reaching down to the bottom right. Occasionally I'll accidentally collapse all my windows and then I'm just jump scared by this, and it's very funny. Anyway, so who knows what it's for? But I'm excited to find out. And again, I just got to hand it to whoever's responsible for this. This is fun. So much marketing nowadays is soulless and kind of like, I don't know, it's too corporate. It's all TV commercials. And then like, I don't know. It's just, it's uninteresting. I tune it out. I'm one of those people that tunes it out when there's all the marketing is for like web banners and TV spots and stuff. I tune it out. This though, this is fun. I want more of this. Let's do more of this. This is cool. If you set a game in Colorado, put something in Colorado. Let people go find it. You know, that level of like mixing adventure IRL stuff with the viral marketing. That's fun. That's fun. It resembles a Vermina statue in the Elder Scrolls Online. Well, some people are saying it's just going to be an ESO expansion. So like Elder Scrolls Online, whatever the expansion would be called. And that I think is more possible than like ES6. Because Elder Scrolls 6, I don't think we see for another, like, we might get a trailer next year, but like, I seriously don't think that game comes until 2028, probably. Because again, like Phil Spencer knows timelines. And Phil Spencer said in an FTC deposition hearing, whatever the crap, in 2023, he said in that deposition that when he said, quote, when we're talking about Elder Scrolls 6, we're talking about a game that's 5+ years away. And I don't think he would just be like making stuff up in an FTC hearing. And I think he would be somebody who knows the timelines, right? And that would put it 2028 or later. So I just personally don't. And like video games, when they're being built, it's not something where it's like, hey, we ended up ahead of schedule, we can release a year early. That's not how games work. You know, it just doesn't work that way. So I think ES6 is not going to be the thing, but it very well could be an Elder Scrolls Online expansion or something. That I think could be very, very possible. He took my thing.